50. What a blessing to be 85 years alive. That's such a blessing. And first of all, I'd just like to thank those that helped so far. Andrea with the PowerPoints, Nene for doing her thing and the wonderful prayer, and David and Charles for taking our offering out. Today's scripture is coming out of Judges 6, verses 1 through 6. Please stand for the reading of the word. Everybody have it ready? That's Judges 6, verses 1 through 6. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord delivered them into the hand of Media 7 years. And the hand of Media prevailed against Israel, and because of the Midianites, the children of Israel made them the dens which are in the mountains and caves and strongholds. And so it was, when Israel had sown, the Midianites came up, and the Amalekites and the children of the east, even they came up against them. And they encamped against them and destroyed the increase of the earth till thou come into Gaza, and left no substance for Israel, neither sheep, nor ox, nor ass. For they came up their cattle and their tents, and they came as grasshoppers for multitude, but both they and their camels were without number. And they entered into the land to destroy it. And Israel was greatly empowered because of the Midianites, and the children of Israel cried unto the Lord. So endeth the reading. Now, you know we are interactive church. So give me some interaction, y'all. Talk to me. Talk back to me. Have you ever felt like the enemy was hitting you from all sides and you couldn't catch a break?
Oh, yeah.
Because I know we've all been through something. Y'all ever heard that saying, if it ain't one thing, it's another? This happened, a few minutes later, that happened, a few minutes later, a few days later, that happened. On and on and on. Y'all can sit down. Thank you. On and on and on. Anybody else like to share things that they might have been through that might have hit them from left to right, left to right? Can't catch a break. Yeah.
Not exciting news, but I've worked for exciting 3 days in a row.
All right. It's always something in it.
My birthday.
You can have good stuff, you can have great, terrible things that happen with
Yes.
it.
That's like the stuff, like brakes,
Right.
like with your car or home, like
Right,
you said,
anything.
one thing, and then you go to try to fix this thing, and another thing breaks, and then yeah, it happens.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
what's going on? I can't do it right. It's coming from all sides, back and front.
Right.
All right, look, give me some, talk to me, talk to me. Have you ever felt like anything in your life was falling apart and you didn't even think you would survive? Yes, the struggles. I've been through ups and downs, and sometimes it was rough. Can I survive this?
Yeah.
But guess what? You're here, and you did survive. Anybody like to share anything they may have went through where they didn't think they could survive from it because it was so horrible? Nobody? Communication. Oh, yes. Here's another interaction. Have you ever felt like the enemy constantly had his foot on your neck? What more you gonna put on me?
Oh, yeah.
I can't take no more. You know, enemy, get off my neck. Back up. But they just keep coming and coming and coming. We got to look to the Lord to be strong, to continue to survive. Whatever is hitting us, we got to give it to the Lord and trust the Lord that He will get us through whatever it is.
What do you say? God will give you too much that you can't handle.
That's true.
And we all got to remember that.
We got to remember that.
Because-
David said, God won't put too much on us that we can't handle. We just out of this. Get me through that. We can't see a way. He can see a way. When we see it all crazy and messed up, he see it for good. And he could turn it around. We just have to trust him.
But you know,
Like God got it.
when you're going through it, you don't see that.
That's true, you don't.
You don't see that. You don't, because like, I don't know about y'all, but I've been through some stuff too, like, man, and like you said, it all bombards. Wow, why am I, you can't see all that. You can't see it when you're going through it.
That's true.
You
There's
know?
time to things that hit me. I kept saying, God, what did I do wrong? I know I made some mistakes, but why me?
Right?
Why me?
Yeah.
This is hard. When you're depressed, like you said, you go through so much. I mean, time after time after time, but back to back to back. Woo! You be like,
When it's like
I
that.
had enough.
Yeah, when it's like that, that's when it's real crazy. When you get boom, 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 all at one time and like that. It's hard to see all that. It's hard to see that God's going to bring you out of this. How is he going to do all this when I got all this?
Yeah, because you're hurt, you're depressed,
Right.
you're not understanding it. It's like, I feel so lost. Oh God, help me. Or you just want to lay in the bed, stay in the bed with your heads covered up, cry all day. Because you don't see no way out. And that is what is taking place here in Judges chapter 6. The Israelites stopped obeying God, and because of this, God allowed their enemies, led by the Midianites, to attack them repeatedly, and it went on for 7 years. Can you imagine going through anything for 7 long years? How much longer do I got to take? Do I go 7 more years? 7 years is a long time. 7 minutes.
7 minutes.
David said 7 hours. Let alone 7 long years. That's a long time. Yeah. 7 minutes.
Yeah.
The Israelites, like many of us, couldn't catch a break. The attacks on the Midianites, along with the Amalekites and other eastern people, were on repeat. They kept repeating over and over and over again. Since 7 years. I don't know what I would do. Something I have to keep going through for 7 years, 7 years, 7 years, 7 years. I don't know. Does anybody else have a comment like to say, could they make something 7 years? You feel like you can't break.
You going, yeah.
Yeah. I'm torn every which way.
I mean,
Everything's crazy.
I can't imagine going through something for 7 straight years.
Right. That's a long time.
I mean, non-stop. That is a long time.
Yeah, I couldn't
Just
imagine.
I mean, I was about to say, just imagine that. Right? You can't. I don't want to imagine that.
I don't want to imagine that
I
long.
don't want to imagine them like that. Where something that just happens to you constantly over 7.
Yes, it is. This terrified the Israelites so much that the Israelites hid in caves, mountains, holes in the ground. To put it simple, they were doing whatever they could to survive. Have you ever been in a season where you were doing whatever you knew to do just to survive? Just to survive because you've been hit for 7 long years. Bam, bam, bam. Ooh, by then I should have been knocked out. They can't do nothing else. 7 long years. I'm going to have to say that again. Have you ever been through a season where you were doing whatever you knew to do just to survive? I know I've been through a season. I did whatever I could do to survive. I didn't know left from right, right from left. I was crying, praying all the time. Lord, get me out of this. Get me out of, save me, God, from this. That's a long time. That's a long time. Again, Israel was under constant attack. And the goal of the enemy was to destroy them, stripping them of everything. Some may view Israel respond as being cowardly or being a punk. Perhaps asking, why didn't they fight back? Why didn't they fight back? I guess they had so much. I don't know why they didn't fight back. Let's see. However, it could be that the Israelites knew this was a fight that they could not win. So why bother, right? Have anybody ever been up against something, a fight that they couldn't win? Gang, 4 or 5 people up against one you? Like, I'm gonna run, I'm gonna hide, because I can't win. Look at him. He's 3 or 4 times better than me. How could it, and perhaps, they thought in order for us to continue to boom, thrive where they are, they needed to operate in wisdom and do whatever they needed to do to survive. Which meant they needed to hide. They didn't fight, they hid. They knew it was a losing battle. So they hid. I know if something comes necessary, right now, guess what? I'm going to hide. I'm going to lose. It's a losing battle. This allows us to understand that just like the Israelites, when we find ourselves in a hostile environment, we also must use wisdom and do whatever we need to do. To survive the attacks of the enemy. Even if it means hiding until the attacks blow over into the Lord sends help. Sometimes we just gotta hide. No matter what. Call me a punk, whatever you want to. I'm hiding. I'm hiding. Y'all gonna hide if you need to? We gotta do what we gotta do. We gotta do what we gotta do to survive.
It's like that one verse where he says, like, be still and know that I'm God.
Yes.
Like that.
Good, yeah.
So when you're going through so much, it's hard to be still. But we have to listen. Listen to the word and obey God. Be still and know that I am God. Because he has our back. Even though it might not seem like it to us, he has our back. He got us.
That's hard for us to remember.
Yeah.
It is.
Especially when we're going through it.
Yeah, it is.
That's so true.
It is, really.
When we're going through it. Sometimes in order to continue to know where we are, it requires us to use wisdom and hide. We need to use wisdom in everything. Whether it's a difficult situation, now we still need to use a lot of wisdom. And remember, we have to trust God in everything. It's hard to trust Him when we're going through something. Been hit left, right to left. I don't know, you've been this way, you know, it's like you're going everywhere. You've been pulled this way, pulled that way, pulled it. You feel like giving up. You feel like you can't take it no more. But surviving is thriving. You gotta thrive to survive. You gotta survive to thrive. Jesus was constantly under attack. But he did what he needed to do to survive his task. His enemies attacked him all the way from the cross of Calvary, where he bled, suffered, and died. Then was buried in a borrowed tomb. It looked like the enemy had won. My God. However, on the 3rd day morning, he was raised up with all power in his hand, and he ascended descended from heaven. One day, he's coming back again. Praise God.